Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here with Tank12. However you want to call me, I don't really care. And welcome back to World of Tanks, or at least the topic of World of Tanks. Since today we're not going to be showing any gameplay or talking about any specific kind of tank line. Today we're going to be talking about the new challenge that has just been announced by Wargaming. I think it was released yesterday and it's going to be starting tomorrow. Today being Wednesday the 20th, if I'm not mistaken, and tomorrow being Thursday the 21st of February, where the challenge on wheel does roll out. Now, this time around, we're going to be able to unlock the French Tier 8 wheeled vehicle, the Panhard EBR 75. And I think a lot of you guys probably did already know that they would have an event like that because they didn't pre-sell this vehicle. Usually when they bring out a new tank line or a new nation, they sell one premium vehicle of that nation. And this time around, you'll be able to just get this one for free. But obviously there is still a catch to that. And we're going to be talking about some of the details on this mission. I'm going to give you guys my opinion on what I think, how this mission is going to be rolling out, and what I'm going to be doing, if I'm even going to be trying to get this challenge. And we're going to be talking about some changes on this channel. Actually, right now we're going to be talking about this at the beginning because then we have it cleared off for the foreseeable future. So previously, the last couple of weeks, I think the last 1.5 months, I've been uploading 3 videos a week. Now that upload schedule, it might have changed from one day to another. Like I always try to upload videos around Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but sometimes I had to postpone it to one day later or even 2 days later, and thus the entire schedule was a little bit off the mark. Not the entirety of the time, but sometimes. So the problem is just right now, university or the next semester just began once more, so I'll be swamped with university stuff and I will not have as much time as I did previously when I was, well, on leave from university because it was break. So this time around, I'm going to be trying to upload 2 videos in a week, maybe 3 if it works out, but I'm not going to be promising 3 videos a week. 2 videos a week might be overkill as well in certain scenarios, certain times when I'm not around or when I have a lot of other stuff to do. I'll just have to tone it down, but I will inform you guys of those changes. Now this week, the first week of university usually does tend to be a bit more relaxed since everything is an introductory course. That means I'll try to stick to 3 videos around this time again. Now, I did upload a video just yesterday instead of Monday. It went out on a Tuesday, so I'll probably make a video. This video that I'm making right now will probably be released on Thursday, just so you know it. And on Thursday, this mission will also begin, so basically it's going to be going hand in hand. And then the next video, since I'll be skipping on Friday, probably on Saturday, a new video about, I'm not sure, I'm still not really planning all the content ahead, so I have to see what I'm going to be doing, but I'm thinking about doing another map analysis, one that maybe is not very particularly liked, because I've noticed that there are a couple of maps that really rile people up when they come into the match. And I think the best example for that right now is the newly added Chinese map, which does play in China with the Chinese Great Wall. But a lot of people dislike the map, and I think there are a lot of key components to that, and we're going to be maybe diving into it. But I'm not going to promise anything. Maybe we're going to choose another map because I'll have to get gameplay on it. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of that map either. So yeah, that's just a thing that I have in my mind if I'm doing a map analysis. Maybe we'll even dive a little bit further and look at some of the maps that are really disliked in the general community, and then we can talk about yeah, those specifics. So this challenge this time around is all about the EBR, the Panhard EBR 75, the premium tier 8 version. It's the first wheeled French vehicle that we actually saw in action when they released it for a week on like for content creators, and they were jumping around like crazy. They were mountain climbing with this thing, and they were just breaking everything because the physics engine didn't really work with it, and the limitations on the maps weren't as prominent as they are now. They've added a lot more hidden walls where you cannot climb anymore, and since they released the wheeled vehicles and actually taken away the boost function, you're no longer going to be able to just jump up a very crazy slope. And I think, yeah, it makes it a bit more balanced, but it also makes the vehicles a bit less attractive, because previously I thought that was one of the best assets to them, having the boost mechanic. But unfortunately, it didn't really work out for me. I wasn't that good with the boost mechanic, but I would have probably taken some more time once I started grinding this line, and then I would have maybe mastered it eventually. But they've taken it out completely. Maybe it's coming back someday. We are not sure of it. So if we take a look at this GIF that is spinning for an infinite amount of time, it is a very nice looking vehicle, and it does resemble the Panhard EBR 90 the closest. I think it's the same hull, very similar turret, but no 90mm gun on it. It goes the same speed forwards and backwards, and it actually was mass produced. What the legendary wheel tank is entirely historical and was mass produced until the 1970s. The maximum speed is 80 kilometers per hour, both forwards and in reverse. Exactly what you need for active spotting and scouting. Learn to utilize its high speeds and you'll succeed on the battlefield. It also has particularly good camo values, I heard. I think some of the best at tier 8. So it's going to be making it a little bit easier for active scouting. But it does have a gun that is a 76mm caliber at least. And, or actually, I think it's 75mm caliber, excuse me. And it only has 2 shots, so it's very interesting to see, because most of the time with French autoloaders you at least have 4 rounds or 3 rounds at the minimum and 2 shots. Well, that is going to be quite interesting to see. So basically they're explaining everything about this vehicle, and that it's the grand prize. But I'm not going to be diving into it straight from the get-go, since you can read this all by yourself. Today we're just going to be taking a look at the mission contents that you have to accomplish to get this vehicle for free. Now that is probably going to be a lot more interesting than seeing the statistics, which will only help you if you actually own this vehicle or if you're about to buy it. So yeah, I'll, as always, put the link in the description down below, and you'll see it there, and you can go get yourself some information on it. But one thing that I immediately noticed is 310 meters of view range now. Holy crap, that is pretty damn bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So you have 14 days. This is very important. 14 days until March 7th. You'll be able to get this vehicle starting from tomorrow, Thursday, the 21st of February. So yeah, that is 14 days for 10 stages that you can or have to complete to get this vehicle for completely free. Now this time around, the last couple of missions that we had with the British, with the SC-130 PM, with the Soviet one, I'm not sure if it was the IS-6 or something like that, those vehicles had 2 different options how you could get them for free. I think starting with the British Caravan Action 10 or whatever it was called, I just already forgot it. At least I forgot the name. I own the vehicle in my garage. You had to complete 10 stages, either earning a set amount of base experience. Now, base experience is also very different from experience that you earn in-game, because the experience that you earn in-game is basically multiplied by 2 times victory, then by the bonuses that you have with boosters or with premium time, and thus the base experience that actually gets multiplied by the premium time of whatever is only that what matters. So 3,000 base experience is a lot more than you get in one game. So in one game, I think, I'm not sure if you have a very good game, you get about 800 base experience. So yeah, what happened with the British challenge was that it started to accumulate quite quickly. So you had like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and stage 5. All of them were doable. And then starting from stage 5 to stage 10, you had like crazy amounts of experience that you had to earn. In total, it was about something along the lines of 350,000 base experience that you had to earn. And that was just like crazy non-stop grinding. Now, Wargaming did learn off of that. They did add, with the British, they already added the second option of masteries, where you were able to unlock certain features with tier 10s, where you were playing your tier 10s basically, and they completely whacked tier 10 matchmaking for 2 weeks because everyone was playing tier 10s and everyone was trying to get their missions done. And what happened was it was a huge premium ammo brawl for 2 weeks with tier 10s running around trying to get their missions done and everyone just going ham. And yeah, it was not a nice time. This time around it's going to be similar, but there are some changes to it. So if we take a look right here, stage 1, you have to earn 3,000 base experience. Now that's nothing that we have never seen. It's nothing new. The mission for mastery, this time around tier 9 and tier 10, which is going to be making it a little bit more balanced. But still, I'm expecting 2 weeks of total mayhem at tier 10 and tier 9 probably. Destroy at least 3 vehicles one time, cause at least 3,000 HP of damage. Now, that is also very doable, I think, and I think it's a good addition that they added tier 9 to that as well, because let's face it, tier 10 was getting out of hand, and tier 9 is going to give you a little bit more flexibility. It's going to be making it a little bit easier to do these missions. Now, moving on to stage 2, there are some changes to the commitments. Now you don't have to get the experience, which I do really like that they changed it around for a little bit. Now you have to win 7 battles. Now 7 battles, winning them can take some time, to be fair, because you will not win every single battle. You will probably not win 7 battles in a row, but let's say if you win about 50% of your battles, it's going to be 14 battles for you, and that is quite a lot of time still. 14 battles, you know, times 15, and 14 battles like times 7, because like a usual battle lasts around 7 minutes or something like that, I heard. So yeah, you can count it out. It's more than an hour, so it's still a lot of time that you have to add. But stage 1, stage 2, they all seem to be doable, you know. It seems to be fair at this point, and I think it's nice to see that it's no longer just base experience driven for the mission for commitment, and that's a lot better. So you can do them in tier 6 to tier 10. Now, we have known that before as well, so yeah, keep that in mind. Then we're back to base experience, 15,000. Now that's 5 times the amount of base experience that you had to do for stage 1. 15,000, now that's a lot more, and you get some rewards as well. So these rewards are nice for those players who don't have premium time and stuff. So whatever you're doing, you're playing and you're just going to get some rewards. That's pretty cool nonetheless. But you can see it does go up quite drastically. Stage 4, 25 battles. Now 25 battles, you'll be on it for a while, but remember, you have 14 days. Stage 5, 30,000 base experience. That's the double of stage 3. Okay, it's going up there. So maybe switch over to Mission of Mastery, cause 20% of the damage caused by your team 8 times. Okay, depends what tier you're playing. Tier 10 can be quite difficult because, let's face it, the amount of HP that you have in those matches is insane. The amount of tanks running around, having high alpha damage is insane. So you doing 20% of the total damage of your team 8 times, yeah, okay. Maybe if you're a unicorn, no problem. Now, moving on, stage 6, win 35 battles. Okay. It does really stack up quite quickly. At least it's just 10 more wins this time around. So I think going up until stage 5 or stage 6 even is possible for playing 14 days, like every day, maybe an hour or 2. It's doable for stage 6, but now we're getting into the really ugly positions. Be among the top 10 players on your team by experience earned 80 times. 80 times, that means you'll have to at least play 80 games to be in those brackets, and then you're not always going to be guaranteed a top 10 position. That's 2/3, right? What if you're unlucky, you get into the 1/3, you get knocked out very early on, one game that you can basically dump straight away. 80 times, that's a lot of games that you have to play. 80 games, right? Now imagine maybe you get top 10 every, like, I don't know, every second game. Well, you're going to be playing a little bit more than 80 games, right? Then 40,000 base experience. Now that was back in the days, that was starting from stage 7. I think it was 40,000, 45,000, 50,000, and then again, or was it stage 6, like 40,000, 45,000, then 50k, 50k, and 50k, or something along that line. And it was just so crazy. It racked up, and basically starting from stage 7, it is almost impossible for a person who has other obligations in life, who has to do other things like working, for example, who has to go to university, who has to study, whatever. It's going to be quite difficult to reach anywhere other than stage, let's say stage 6 or stage 7 if you're super dedicated and you spend all your free time on this. Now, I think it's still the main tactic. I mean, other than that, the changes that they've made with no longer just to have gained a certain amount of base experience, I think I really enjoy that, and I'm looking forward to seeing that in action, because I think it's good to have a little bit more of a dynamic with those missions, a bit more of a change, because let's face it, those 35k and 350,000 experience that you had to earn was just astronomically high, and kind of missed the target right there. But keep in mind, you can get this vehicle for completely free, or you can get it for on a very high discount. Now imagine here you get stage 70, that's 70% discount. I'm not sure how much this vehicle is going to cost. It's probably going to be somewhere along the lines like the base package $60 or $70, because it's going to be including all this kind of stuff that no one needs. But if you get like to stage 7 and it gets 70% cut in the price, so you're only going to be playing around $30, maybe a bit more, it is going to be better, right? The price is going to be lower for you, and you still have the chance to get it for completely free. But let's be honest, the standard, the average player is not going to be able to get this vehicle for completely free. This is not the idea from Wargaming. They're a company, they want to make profits, but still, this is a better model than just bringing out a vehicle into the game without being able to get it for a discount. Basically, you have to buy either for $50 or you don't buy it, because you don't want to spend money on a vehicle or on a digital pixel they have in your garage and doesn't have any real life value. So as you can see, from stage 7 on, it's just completely over the top. So, the 80 games that you have to play at least to get the top 10 top 10 players experience shit. Then stage 8, then the 40,000 base experience, then 90 times top 10, and then the 45k. So you have 14 days for that. 14 days, and I'm not sure if you want to spend the 14 days holed up in your apartment or house, wherever, in your dungeon, wherever, and play this game to completion to get this tank for free. Now, I think already a 60% discount is pretty damn nice, and if you have a job and you can sacrifice some time to play it and maybe get stage 5 or stage 6 and then still want to buy the vehicle, I think that is perfect for you. Those are exactly the kind of people that Wargaming are catering this to. I don't think that anyone right here who doesn't have like a lot of free time right now, maybe the people who are on vacation, who don't have a job right now, they can obviously do that and get to stage 10 and really play every day countless of hours. But unfortunately, that's not every one of us, right? And at the same time, I've got to be honest, I don't want to be playing this game for 10 hours a day, because let's face it, I can't even stomach about 2 hours in this game at one time, because I've just seen it all, and there is a lot of shit still going on. So yeah, I still think that Wargaming are kind of, I mean, yeah, it's great. I love that they're doing this. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoy all their challenges that they had. The Soviet one that I kind of missed with the IA6, I think. The T25 back in the day was, I think, the very first one you were able to get for like all the experience that you had to earn. Unfortunately, I heard that it was too easy, so wargaming really started to buff those numbers. Then the Carnivan was the first one, or the Action 10, whatever it was called, the British Tier 8 premium that you got. I really did try my best, and I got to stage 8, but other than that it was just too much and didn't have enough time. Stage 8 already took a long time. And then the SC130 PM, I got to stage 5 or 6, and then I just bought the package because I wasn't able to play anymore, because I had to go to the army again. So basically, all of these missions, they still gave me the vehicles for a reduced price, and I'm very thankful for that, and I think it's a great way to bring out new vehicles that is kind of a fair deal, in my opinion. But at the same time, it would be nicer of wargaming to maybe lower these expectations, especially maybe stage 7, or just give us a little bit more time. If they would have given us maybe, let's say, 3 weeks, and an additional week, a lot of people would have probably gotten it for free, or a lot of people would have gotten to stage 8 or 9. And I really think it would have been a much better system. Now, I do not want to sound like a very, what do you call it? A very ungrateful kid, because we have Frontlines, now we have this, and they really have planned out the month of February for our liking, and I think it's really great. We have a lot of good content, and we have a lot of things that we can work on. They really want us to like this game, they want us to stick around, and they want us to invest money, obviously. But it would just be nice to see maybe a longer time, make it a little bit more friendly, user-friendly, consumer-friendly, and then I think we'd have a really nice thing. Because what is the point? I mean, obviously the discount thing is nice. You're going to be able to get a vehicle if you play really, really long and you really use your time. You're going to get a vehicle for 80% off, right? That's maybe $15 or something along those lines. And $15 for a tier 8 in World of Tanks, that's not a lot of money. But it would be great if they had one of those events where a lot of people were able to get it for free. One vehicle for completely free. I think it would really turn the tide a little bit around. Obviously, it does sound a lot like, what do you call it? Like blackmailing people into playing the game just to get a vehicle that doesn't really fix a lot of the other issues that they have. I'm not sure if that is blackmail. What is the other word? We're kind of deceiving the people with that. Wargaming, they obviously have their tactics. So yeah, there's still some issues in World of Tanks that need to be fixed. Matchmaking, I think, is at the forefront, the thing that needs to be fixed most. But these ideas and these changes that are coming, I think they will probably arrive sometimes around. But I also enjoy these challenges and these opportunities for us to unlock free vehicles. But at the same time, right now, it's just an opportunity. It's not really 100% guaranteed chance that you're gonna get it for free. And I will probably tell you guys my progress by just playing it for a little bit. At least I'm not going to be hyper aggressively trying to get the vehicle, but I'll be playing World of Tanks, and I'll give you guys kind of an overview of what I have achieved in my 2 weeks time, and then we can talk about it again. So this is my final verdict. I think it's a great mission as always. Just a little bit disappointed that even though they did change it a little bit, it still does resemble most of the old challenges in the sense of a very long grinding time. I would have liked to see a bit of a reduction in the grind, or at least a longer time for us to be able to complete this challenge. But yeah, that's just my opinion, and yeah, that's just where I stand. But I would love to hear your guys' opinions. I would love to understand what you kind of think of this. And yeah, I'll read the comments and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.